Oh, good evening. This is David Lynn, also sometimes known as the Prepper Principal, and this is Coffee Talk Live. Hello, KP Heathen. Welcome. Hope you're having a good evening. Uh, it is what it is. It's all good. It is what it is. Oh, Lord. You have to laugh. Joseph Moore. Hello, Joseph. KP, some people have no sense of humor, especially when it's directed at them. I direct humor at myself constantly. Uh, Hello, Melinda Elliott. How are you doing? So I have been told by my um, friend and mentor that I need to find a wing, a co-pilot or a wing person. The Black Widow. Hello, Black Widow. I'm also told I need to stick to the script. I'm operating without a script. This is I don't have a script. This is as it is. Oh boy, we're not a big operation here. Hello, Black Widow. So today I went over. My wife is in rehab, and I went over and spent some time with her this morning. The daughter spent the night with her. Slept on a cot. At least they give you a cot. It's better than when she was in DTAR. Basically, you had a chair that supposedly would recline and the legs would kick up, and it was very uncomfortable. I spent a night over there, and it was like, oh, it's like, oh, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good. But my daughter's a lot younger, so she can handle the. Hello, Bud Files. Please leave a like to support the channel; it'd be greatly appreciated. Well, um, I pray for her recovery. She wasn't in a good way, and she's still not in a good way. Um, I'm sure the antibiotics are keeping her alive. She's been taking intravenous antibiotics for the last 2 weeks. Two different kinds of antibiotics there for a while. And they don't have her sewn up yet. They still have her open, and they're still draining and sponging and all that crap. So no, I'm not happy about it. um, and she's a trooper. She's a trooper. She's got a high tolerance for pain, but they knock her out and they give her stuff when they want to go in there and work on her, so she's not screaming because of the pain. When they go into her, they give her something other and knock her out because of the pain involved. So talking about scripts, do I have a script tonight? Well, tonight I want to talk about first aid, and I'm going to go through the contents of a first aid kit. Talk a little bit about, now, I have been told to mention I'm not a doctor. No, I'm not a medical doctor, and I don't have a medical background. I periodically go through first aid, CPR, the Heimlich maneuver, how to use an AD, that kind of stuff, and I get a card. I think I've shown, my latest one, which was from last spring. But no, I'm not a doctor. And when I talk about stuff, and we're talking, preparedness, this is National Preparedness Month. September is National Preparedness Month. And the Boy Scout motto, or the Scout motto, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, the Scout motto is be prepared. Being prepared, or trying to be prepared, trying to be trained, trying to get ready for things that may happen, emergencies and such, knowing what to do, puts you ahead of the game. It puts you a little bit further up the totem pole, up the scale, if something were to happen. Hello, Uncle Al. And Mr. Whistle. Hello, Mr. Whistle. I'm currently eating dinner pork chops and freeze-dried Alfredo noodles and freeze-dried green beans. I can do this. It's yummy. That's great, Widow. That's great. I have been buying lately a lot of canned goods. Like I buy cases of stuff. I've been having it delivered. I get a good deal from Amazon. I get free delivery with Prime. I've been having stuff delivered. So I've been buying cases of like chili and various sundry items. I've also been buying like rice and like stuff you can put in the microwave or you can boil it for a minute. Hormel completes. Got tons of those. I've been buying those. I've been getting them at a real good deal, so I've been buying the multi-packs. Crackers. I've been stocking up on crackers. Lots of crackers. I eat lots of crackers. When I eat food here, I make food, or I always have crackers with it. So I want to talk a little bit about first aid. And as I said before, I'm not a medical expert. I'm not a physician or anything. What I say, take it with a grain of salt. I'm just going to go through the contents of a first aid kit. This is going to go into the box for the 1,700 subscriber winner, which hopefully I'll get that done tomorrow. I didn't get it done today. I was working on washing and drying my clothes that I use for work, my wife's stuff that she's been for the last couple of weeks wearing. I'll take them to her tomorrow when I go visit in the morning. I'm not going over there tonight. I've already been over there today. And so I want to talk a little bit about first aid. This is an Equate, which is a generic first aid kit. It's a decent kit. Now, this is an all-purpose first aid kit. It's got antibacterial bandages. It's got 250 items in it. It's got medicines and topicals, and I'll go through those. Go through that. It's got instruments. It's got gloves, wound dressings, and it says ideal for home, auto, and travel. Use on minor cuts, minor burns, and minor sprains. This is not a heavy-duty kit. This is not a heavy-duty kit. And hello, little lone prepper. Mom of 4 boys. Oh, got folks coming in. It's Lady M. Hello, Lady M. Hope you're doing well, Mom. And little lone prepper, hope you're doing well. Pleased to see y'all. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. So, this is what I call a heavy-duty boo-boo kit. Treats cuts, scrapes, lacerations, burns, aches, and pains. Includes trauma pad for serious wounds. Ooh. Contains 2 instant ice packs, durable plastic case with rubber gasket, organized dividers, and easy slide latches. And I will go through the items that specifically is in here, but let me open the lid and show you. These are the instant cold compresses. Got 2 of those. It's got tons of Band-Aids. 5x9 sterile trauma pad. Got gauze and such, all sorts of little gauze pads, different sizes, larger sized ones. Lots of Band-Aids. It's got a pair of gloves, some tape, got antiseptic wipes, ton of those. Got a ton of them in here. Some ointments, antibiotic ointment, burn cream, sting relief wipes, alcohol prep pads, bunch of the basic stuff. Then it's got some medications. Let's look and see what all it's got. Oops. Something fell. Non-aspirin. Two of those. 3, 4. There are 2 pills in each one. 5. Apparently they want you to anticipate headaches. 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. You can treat a lot of headaches. So it's got 12 of these non-aspirins, which would basically be for you get a headache. Lots of Band-Aids. Now, a lot of your first aid kits, and something that I would add or something that I would have, you can go online and you can order for about $8. You get a pack, and it's a selection of medications. Benadryl, anti-diarrhea, Tylenol, aspirin. It'll have 3 or 4 different little, like a seasickness or motion sickness, like a Dramamine or something. It'll be generic, probably. It'll be generic stuff mainly. And it'll have a selection of them. You'll have 4 or 5 of each. And you can always add that to something like this. Because from what I'm seeing, this has got a lot of antibiotic ointment in it if you get a cut, a boo-boo. It's got for cuts and for tons of Band-Aids and such, like something you'd put in a classroom that you'd use with the kid if they had a boo-boo. You can't legally give kids medications. So you can't do the medications. But this basically, like for yourself, you get a headache, you take a couple of and drink something, drink some water. You take one of the, for headache, and that's what this has got. It's got a lot of boo-boo stuff. And I'll go through and I'll read what it says it has. Yes, there's a lot of stuff that you need to add to it. And an ace band is just one of them, Uncle Al. Son went back to being an EMT, finishing up his paramedic training. He keeps sending me pictures of all the medical supplies they have. He knows that it just makes me want them, LOL. Yeah, lots of stuff. How's my wife doing? She's in rehab now. She's in a rehab facility called PAM. It's a couple of miles from where we live. Two and a half miles from where we live. And she's getting, it's a decent facility. It's got good ratings and recommendations and such. Doctor comes by in the morning, sees them. They're trying to get, I guess, the infection taken care of. They're trying to get her wound cleaned out. They haven't sealed it up. They did remove the tube that she had that was draining her. Now they basically go in and clean it out every day. And then once they figure out that they got the infection taken care of, they'll sew her up and, she'll heal up. But that's where we're at. Her body rejected mesh that was placed in her to close up a open from her hysterectomy that she had a few years ago. So that's how she's doing. I'm sure she'd rather be home, but she'd rather be there because she gets the treatment, and she really needs the help. I'm not in a position to do it, and home health would just come in a couple times a day. Health would come in a couple times a day to make sure she takes her medication and do a little bit of light stuff. And really, she needs more than that at this point. My daughter started her job Wednesday, and I work during the week. So I'm not home. I don't get off until about 4:30. 4:15, 4:30, I'm out the door from school. Except Wednesdays, which is when we have meetings. I'm tired. Our dogs, she normally would take care of the dogs. Well, yes, of course I'm missing my wife. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. Like Jace, you can contact them. Uncle Al talks about it some on his channel. It's a licensed doctor. You can get them to send you antibiotics and send you kits of different types of stuff, like flu medication, things you would normally have to have a prescription for, different types of antibiotics like Z-Packs and such. And you can always get, like I buy a lot of stuff from Amazon. Splints, folding splints, you know, bandages, Israeli bandages, the type of, for wounds, pressure bandages and such. I got tons of stuff like that and these items will not fit in anything like this. You know. So this is a boo boo kit. You put this in. I don't know that if I was going to have this and I was going to have it in my car or whatever, I'd take it out and I'd put these different sections in smaller Ziplocs, and then I'd have the overall thing in a Ziploc. So I got a little bit more where I can move it around. Like if I was going to put it in a glove box, this is not going to fit in a glove box. You know. Yeah, don't say certain words. Don't say certain words, yeah. The algorithm has not been kind to me today. My shorts, I dropped a couple of shorts today. One of them has about 90 views. The other one has about 60. If you hadn't had a chance to visit my shorts, I put out a couple of decent shorts. You get to see my dogs in one of them. And had Chick-fil-A for lunch. My daughter and I went over to Chick-fil-A, and they deliver curb delivery. She uses the app to order stuff, and then they, I don't know. I completed the what I need to do for monetization. It's being reviewed. I don't know what they're going to do. 2-3 months ago, I had them pull down. Might have been longer than that. I had them pull down one of my live streams because they said I gave out medical misinformation, and I appealed it, and the appeal was like, nope, it's medical misinformation, and you can't argue with them. You can't argue with them. It is what it is. And I got a strike. It was, they pulled it down and I got a strike. So I understand that lasts for like 90 days, like 90 days. Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe I'll remember to run some of your stuff on my. I haven't been doing any playlists recently. I have not. The last couple of weeks, I'd be lying, and I'm not going to lie to anybody. I have not done any playlists. If you see something that has my name on it, and a like or a thumbs up or something other, that was me. That was me. So I've been hitting a lot of shorts. And I need to tomorrow to try to get the 1,700 subscriber giveaway finished. There are 13 people that qualified, having left comments in the last 5. Now there may be some more now, but I've already done the voodoo. I already looked at it and everything. I already got the names. I've got to cut them up, write on a piece of paper, cut them up, put them in a hat, draw, and I need to load the box. I got the box ready. Got to load the box, and then I will do. And when I do when I do that segment of the video, I will actually pull stuff out of the box, showing this is what's in the box. And I've been advised it'll go faster than me trying to video me loading the box. So get it all loaded up, and then go through what's in, and pull it out, and go through individual items, what's in it, and that will take less time for the video. I'm trying to keep the video tighter. So I need to get that done. I need to do a unboxing. The Black Widow sent me a box. Thank you, Black Widow. And I need to do an unboxing of that. I'll try to do that tomorrow also. And I've got a video that I had done prior to the turning 1700 and prior to the situation with my wife. It's about a 5-minute video, and I put it together, but I said, no, I'm not going to release it and show it until I get the 1700 subscriber video done. So I need to get that done so I can release that. Then I have the unboxing from the gift box from Black Widow. And then that video that I did. And then I've got a couple others that I need to send out. I got the stuff. I just need to load them up and do them. And I want to do videos when I do them. So I may have 5 new videos in short order. And mind you, in the last 2.5 months, I've done 5 or 6 videos. And I may be putting out 5 or 6 videos in less than a week. You know. And YouTube will say, you should do 6 shorts a day, 2 videos a day, and that's not counting if you live stream or not. If you want the algorithm to be happy. You know. I've been looking at some of that mess that they put out. Recommendations and what you should and shouldn't do. You know. I don't know. Nine in the house. Well, I'll say one thing that's nice. The last video I did, I got about 10 watch hours out of it initially. And there were 48 views. 48 views on it. The previous one I had about 350. When I was doing them every day, I'd work my way back up, you know. And then I was also having some troll issues. Knock on wood. Last couple of the last live stream and this live stream, I don't seem to have had any trolls come in. Prosperity, Mixed Vlog, hello, welcome. Please leave a like to support the channel. 11 likes, 10 in the house. I'm about midway through, trying to get my hour in. And you know, I know that there are other channels that are bigger than mine out there that are probably doing live streams. Not mentioning any of them. But also, you know, when they do live streams, they're using what is that program that people use where you can put up and you can have guests up and you can do all sorts of neat stuff, graphics and everything on it. I'm not doing that. This is this is what YouTube has. You know. I'm not using any, you know, and then I don't have a producer or somebody helping me. This is me. You know. I feed in what live stream number 313, you know, whatever. And I'm not putting descriptions on it. I have been doing updates on my community walls, making little posts on my community wall to let people know, you know, what's going on. Sometimes I'm not live streaming today. I'll do a little post that no, I'm not going to be on today, or I'm going to try to be on today. You know, if I recall correctly, my mind isn't what it used to be. I'm burned out too many brain cells on stress. I think I'd done one to let y'all know that I was going to be on tonight. I don't know. Drinking Diet Coke. Oh man, Friday was a day at school. I had one of my aides go to the lounge. Get me a Coke. I don't want a Diet Coke. Get me a Coke. You know, and I drink about half of it. It's like a 20 ounce. You pay $2 at school. You pay $2. I get a 6-pack of this, any flavor you want, for like less than $4. These are 16.9 liter. They're like half liters. They're half liters. So I get a 6-pack of this, and they're less than $1 a piece. You know. They're making a killing, but you know, the school gets a chunk of that, and that's activity money that they can use to do stuff to support the staff. You know, good for you. StreamYard. Yes, StreamYard. Thank you. The other thing, I'm not good with, I'm not really good with new stuff. It takes me a while to learn stuff. And if I was to get it, and I understand they got a free version, but you're very limited in the hours that you can put in with it. Uh, if I was to get it, it'd take me a while to learn how to use it properly and do it, And I mean, if I want to become more professional, I need to do something about lighting, so I'm not dealing with shadows. I need a microphone. I know some people use headphones for. I need to have a better camera set up. I probably need to have a better background than what I have here. You know, this is the man cave, the fourth bedroom that I use as a man cave. That's just stuffed with stuff. Yes, please hit the like button. Yeah, 20 hours free. I do like to look at Social Blade. I do have it. I have the app. And I do like to look at Social Blade, and it tells me how I'm doing. And I look at other channels, that are, friendly channels. And according to Social Blade, I'm making about $100 a month. If I get monetized, if I get accepted and they monetize me, you know, I'm generating about $100 worth a month in ad revenue or whatever. You know, think about that. That's what I get paid. Working as a teacher, my take home and everything. Um, in pocket take home. That's not too much. I make that at work in a few hours, a couple hours, 2.5 hours maybe. I don't know. And that's me putting whatever effort I put in for the month. You know. I mean, when I when I'm working it, when I'm doing it, very easily I can be doing over 1,000 views a day, and that's not doing that much because you put out a couple of shorts and each one gets 400 and some odd to 500 views. Usually my shorts average between 4 and 500 views. Some of them go over, some of them go less. The last two I've done, like I said, one of them had like 90 and the other one had like 60, and those were put out today, and they're just barely. So I just put out another one. You know, we'll see how that one goes. You know. But normally, and if I do a live stream on a daily basis, if let's just say I do 800 shorts, and then I do a live stream, and the live stream brings in 200, which is not once I'm going and people know, and people I very reasonably can have a couple of hundred views. And some of these people come and they're there for 30 seconds and they leave, but some of them, I mean, normally I get up and around and I'm doing about 20. I do a live stream, and the stream will have about 20 hours of watch time. You know, and then there are people that when I'm running playlists, they run for me and I run for them, and I'm not doing that right now. I'm not doing that right now. I have not been running playlists. My dogs wake me up at night. They're very needy dogs. They're inside dogs, and they want to go out, and they'll wake me up 2 or 3 times at night. My kidneys will normally, my body normally wakes me up around 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock every day, and then I normally get up about 5 o'clock to go to work. So then, a lot of times I go right back to sleep. But with the dogs, I got to take care of the dogs, and normally the wife would do that. Then they'll keep me going for 15 or 20 minutes before they want to come back in. And they do that. They've been doing that 2, 3 times a night. So my sleeping has not been. I've been cranky because I haven't been getting my sleep. You know, and I'm going to bed at 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night. Yes, Uncle Al, I understand that. I understand that. Uncle Al basically talks about sharecropping. I know that's not making anything. You know, I get money. I get money from retirement. I get a retirement check from the state every month. You know, and that's just me being retired. And I work. I'm what they call a retiree hire. I work, and I've got a very nice income. You know, between my retirement and between my work and other little stuff. Yeah, you know. So the other thing I'll tell you. 20 years ago, I bought my home here, moved up from Corpus. Had a nice home on Corpus, you know, and I sold my house in Corpus. I got about $100,000 for it. I moved up here, bought a house, paid $105,000 for the house here, and right now my home is considered to be about $250,000 house. You know, I should be able to sell it for $250,000. I want to go buy another house, a newer house. I'll pay $250,000, $300,000. And you think, well, you know, back in the day, you bought a house for $300,000, and that was a house. That was a real nice neighborhood, and that was a real nice top of the line house, big home. Now we're talking a three bedroom, 4 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 car garage, brick home. And, you know, you get the newer ones; they're not even 4-sided brick. You know, but you get something new, and your appliances would be new, your duct system would be new, everything would be new, insulation, everything. It would be, you know, like an updated home, and you can make certain selections. Like I would not want any carpet. Like when you got animals, you don't want carpet. I want tile throughout. I got tile throughout. I replaced it, you know, updated it. You know, you want, you know, handicap accessible for when you get older. You know, and certain things. Good R rating for your insulation and everything. I have all electric. I'd keep it all electric. I don't need gas. Got a wood burning fireplace. That's a luxury item now. Um, yeah, and you know, and the other thing I will tell you, because my daughter's getting married. Both of my daughters are getting married. One of them's getting married in October, and the other one's getting married in December. So, you know, housing, apartments, and such. I lived in an apartment for 13 months because we paid for one extra month. 13 months when I transitioned from my house to my new house and my new job. 13 months. 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Yeah, because both my daughters had a room. Then we had the master apartment. Real nice gated community, nice apartment. Like the swimming pool, could go out, kids could swim. They had a wading pool, and then they had an adult pool, and they had a hot tub, and you know, it was nice. Or it's what you call like a sauna or whatever. Well, hot tub. Things have really gone up. Interest rates now past 7%. You get a note, 7%. So that's $7,000 on $100,000 of, you know, your interest rate. If you got 7%, and you got like a $300,000 house, you know, you're gonna pay a couple $1,000s a month. or maybe a little more for a home payment. Money's not what it used to be. The value of money is not what it used to be. You print money, you keep printing money, and it's not as valuable. Okay, widow. I'm not memberships. Oh yes, I know people who have memberships. They're trying to figure out special stuff that they can do for their members. Special whatever for their members. And what do I do? People who support me, I send them stuff. I send them prepping stuff. I've had a dozen or more people in the last year or so that I've sent, and sometimes I send multiple. Plus, my subscriber, every 100 I do a subscriber winner. So I've got a certain following based on, they've been following me for years, And I appreciate the support. And I do try to make my content topical towards preparedness. I do. So let me go through this first aid kit that's going to go into this box. Talk a little bit about 7 in the house. So, bandages, 65 antibacterial sheer bandages, 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches. Oh, this was made in China. Sorry, came from China. 50 antibacterial super sheer bandages, 5/8 of an inch by 2 1/4 inches. 20 antibacterial sheer bandages, 1 inch by 3 inches. 10 antibacterial waterproof bandages, 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches. 10 butterfly closures. 3 fabric knuckle bandages, 1 1/2 inches by 3 inches. And 2 antibacterial sheer bandages, 2 inches by 4 inches. Topical medications. 24 non-aspirin tablets, 2 per packet. And I did count, there were 12, so it's 24. 15 alcohol prep pads, 12 antiseptic wipes, 2 antibiotic ointments, 0.03 ounces, 2 burn creams, 0.03 ounces, 2 sting relief wipes. Instruments: 10 cotton-tipped applicators, 2 wooden finger splints, 2 exam gloves, 2 single-use instant cold packs, 1 metal tweezer, 1 paper tape, 1/2 inch by 2 1/2 yards, 1 first aid guide, wound dressings, 8 sterile gauze pads, 2 by 2 inches, 4 sterile gauze pads, 4 by 4 inches, and 1 sterile gauze pad, 5 by 9 inches. 1 carrying case. I think I paid $17, $18 for this over at Walmart. Now, what would I do? I use lots of Ziploc bags. Latex examination gloves, large, 50. So you could pull out 2, This box, 25 sets. They fit me. I have large hands. You can get different sizes. What did I pay for this? 10, 12 bucks. And I would just have several of them and put them in a Ziploc baggie that I can put in my kit. And I would include probably an Israeli pressure bandage for a serious wound. I would have some tape, some better tape than what comes with that. I would have an ace bandage wrap. I mean, in my bag, I've got like splints. I've got a couple of splints, like if you need to splint an arm or splint a leg and you know what you're doing. I feel like I can immobilize and do that. Mind you, I'm not a doctor. What I'm going through is a generic, over-the-counter little, So don't take me as a medical expert. I'm not. Yoda, how you doing, Dave? The wife is still, she's in rehab. She went into rehab Wednesday. And please leave a like to support the channel if you haven't done so. I've got the stuff for your box, Dave. You're going to be getting a couple of your sauces, your green sauce, in addition to some coffee and some other items. I'm going to put in a manual can opener. Everybody's getting a manual can opener that I'm sending to. That includes you, Widow, because I'm going to retaliate. She sent me a goodie box, which I need to do an unboxing of. Tomorrow I'm going to try to get my, after I spend time with my wife, I'm going to try to get my 1,700 subscriber video done before I get to 1,800, I'm right there at 1,729 right now. And I'm sure Dave's closing in on 2,000. He zoomed past me. But I need to get Uncle Al's box done. I need to get Dave's box done. I need to get Black Widow's box done. There'll be a second box for her. There are 13 finalists for the running on the 1,700. 13. Yeah, if the house market holds. I was talking about the value of homes and the value of money. Somebody said that the Fed would lower the rate in order to try to help the economy, to help the current administration. And lo and behold, they did. So that'll, they do a lot of things to get you over the hump, and then they go right back to what they were doing after the election. Well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Well, you haven't done it the last 4 years. And there's a lot of stuff coming out about the debate and how, basically it was 3 against 1, and it was. And they were fact-checking, the former president on everything, and they weren't fact-checking the vice president on anything. And supposedly she had something in her ear, and they were telling her what to say, and she, make a face expression, and then they jump on the president about former president about something. It's, it's pretty obvious if you go back and look at it. How does the joke go? David said, I'm not a gynecologist, but I'll take a look. LOL. Sorry, I'll show myself out. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Um, um, that's a good one. A friend of mine who's a former educator, who's a licensed professional counselor, uh, he sent me a cartoon that said, "My dog ate my homework," and then it said, "Immigrants ate my dog." Because, they're having problems with the Haitians up in Ohio, someplace, up in Ohio. Some little place up in Ohio. And they're clearing out the parks of all the geese and the ducks, and a lot of pets are disappearing, and I mean, and they're getting all sorts of complaints. And then the city manager of the town says, "Well, I can't confirm any of that. We don't know that to be true," and all that. And that's all you hear about in the media, you know. And you've got journalists on the ground up there that are confirming it, but they don't want to talk about that because, the former president said that in the debate, and they fact checked and said he was lying, you know. But I don't want to get into all that. Stick to the script, David. Stick to the script. I was telling Uncle Al, I don't have a script, but I am going. He told me the last time. He says, "Why don't you do like first aid? Make sure you tell me you're not a doctor." And I'm not a doctor, and I don't have. My medical training is basically having a first aid course that I periodically renew. So I mean, I can tell you, put my hand in the Bible. I have done CPR in a real life situation twice, long time ago, successfully both times. I have done the Heimlich maneuver successfully at a Luby's cafeteria 25 years ago, probably. I've done it in stressful situations. I've done stuff like that. Could I do it today? If I had to, you would not want me pumping and doing compressions for very long because I don't have the wind for it. But I mean, I understand the concept. So, but this is National Preparedness Month, September. We're still in hurricane season, and not as many storms as they predicted so far. We're going to have an El Nino for winter. I'm sure Uncle Al talked some about in one of his videos about that. And, winter is coming. Summer's over. We're in the fall. Winter's around the corner. So, pre-retirement. How you doing, pre-retirement? Thanks for coming in. Don't use your tongue doing CPR. Oh, please, Dave. Oh, please. I, I used to hang out with some professionals that did EMT on the side, like volunteer fire department. Somebody donated a real nice ambulance, and they had the equipment and everything, and the justice of the peace drove the ambulance, and the vice president of the bank, and another lady was involved with them, and they had EMT training, and they, in emergency, they'd be the response. This is country town, and like they pull it out, they have it there at the games, Friday night football games, and everything, and occasionally they'd have to transport somebody over to, Victoria, which is like a 45 miles, minutes away. And the judge would drive, and he'd drive like a bat out of hell. I used to have to follow him sometimes because I was the principal, school principal. And I'd be behind him, and he'd run off and leave me. He'd be doing 90 miles an hour at night, and I don't like to drive fast at night. You know, plus you got to worry about deer and such on the road. You know, animals because you're out in the country. I said no, hell no. You know, and I'd wind up there, I'd get there 10 minutes. That they'd be there 10 minutes before I show up. You know. You know, it was what it was. You know, that was back in the days, and I'd hang out with them, and they'd give me stuff. You know, little first aid stuff, and we'd talk about stuff and training opportunities and everything. Um, I'm getting, you know, and they're my age now. They were my age. You know, the judge was, you know, he's getting Social Security in addition to being a JP. You know, and you know, people my age or close to my age. But you small country town, and you know, a lot of volunteers. You know, they've got a job, day jobs. Well, you know, doing CPR now, they mainly want you to do compressions. Like the idea of like somebody's breathing, you can, but they mainly want to, you know, they go back and forth. They mainly want you to basically do the compressions. You know, that's mainly what they want you to do. And then, you know, you, it's good to have somebody else there because you can't do that unless you're like you're super good shape. You can't keep doing that. For instance, they want you to change out every couple of minutes. They want you to switch out back and forth, where you know you're spelling the person. So you do it, I do it. You do it 2 minutes, I do it 2 minutes. And I have one of the filters, plastic filters. You place it over there, and you can breathe through a tube. You know, if you're gonna breathe, so that you don't make, you know, for fluids. You know, the idea is like when there's blood, don't touch them unless you got your gloves on. You know, you do not want any bodily fluids with everything's, you know, out there. Take care, Uncle Al. Thank you for coming in. God bless you. I will try to look at your last couple of videos. Um, 6 in the house, 13 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel if you haven't done so. It'll be greatly appreciated. So I will try to get my 1,700 subscriber video done. I'm sure some of you are interested to know who the winner is. Some of you are in the running of the 13, and you know, there were a bunch more that had left comments on 4. There were people who had left comments on 3. My friend, and I don't mind telling you, you know, Uncle Al and Dave, Yoda are usually in the running. Neither one of them. I'm getting ready to send both of them boxes, so I don't feel bad about telling them you're not in the running on this one because you didn't do. I think both of y'all did 4, and I mean, and I did the count. Now you might have went back by now and you might have hit that 5th one, but both of y'all had done 4. And you know, people overlook stuff. I mean, I had somebody get onto me. I made a mistake one time, and I apologized to them. They had actually done 5, and I thought they had done 4, and I missed, you know, and I apologized repeatedly. I apologized during streams and such, and you know, and I was sorry, and I didn't do it intentionally. But it is what it is. So every day when I get up, I thank God for the day. You don't know how many days you have. There are a lot of people younger than me that are passing on. I'm 62 years old. And I say the Lord's Prayer. I drink my coffee. I take my medication. I think about what I got to do for the day. My mind isn't what it used to be. Um, I have 2 graduate degrees, and both of them, the year the internet, I got my second graduate degree finished at the year that the internet came out in '95. Yeah, that's when the internet came out. Treat people the way you want to be treated. You know, lead by example. A good leader has to be a good follower. You know, there are people in leadership positions now that were teaching when I was a leader. Now they're in leadership positions, and I talk to them and everything, and I try to give them a little bit of advice, and I encourage them, and I thank them, and I tell them they're doing great. They're doing great. You know, we talk about back in the days, how things were back in the days, and when they were younger. Some of them were approaching retirement age. You know, so life goes on. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Keep your eyes and your ears open. Learn. Somebody else has a boo boo, learn from their boo boo. You don't need to make the same boo boo. And I'll keep y'all posted. I'll do another community wall post, let y'all know what's going on. Look at my community wall post. It doesn't take you long to look at my community wall post. I try to keep people notified of what's going on. So everybody, please have a blessed day. I appreciate you being here. If you haven't left a like, please leave a like to support the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I will try to be back tomorrow, if I can, for another edition of Coffee Talk. Thank you and God bless. Bye.